Wow. Hey, everybody. Back from Vegas. Man, it was amazing down there. A lot was going on. As you all know, you saw some entertainment footage and stuff. Meeting with the guys at the table early in the morning at McDonald's. That was a blessing. Sharing our meal at the buffet on Main Street. Another blessing. As you know, Vegas was just overwhelming. I met a lot of connection, a lot of beautiful people inside and out. Fed a lot of homeless people. And I ran upon them as they were walking. And it was kind of unique because me and Julie would be walking and we would spot somebody. Now, we had to be quick and fast because they wouldn't be at that moment at the time. So I would hurry up and race off, go get the food. Then I would come back and then I would have the food. Well, there was one young lady who's been walking there for many, many years as I've been there. And like I said, I talked to y'all about that a while ago, is that I could never approach her and ask her. So I had to always go get the food to get it to her. So once I realized that, I was able to get her a couple of meals throughout the days that we were there. I would approach her with a couple of hamburgers, a drink, maybe a fry. But on the last day before we left out, we went and bought her a little gift certificate card of $25. And we gave it to her with 2 burgers. And of course, Julie bought her a drink too. And so she'll be able to at least go to McDonald's and get herself something to eat if she's hungry. We're praying the doors open up for things to happen. As you can see the hat on my head, look at that. It's called Hitville in Vegas. We went to that show. A gentleman treated us to that show, Julie and I, and we got to see the show. And he approached me and talked to me a little bit. So there may be some things in the making. I don't believe in jumping the gun too quick, too fast. But he was at the event that I was at when I sung a cappella and heard my voice and said, man, I hear David Ruffin in you. I hear the Four Tops in you. Oh my goodness, do I hear your menu. So I gave him some CDs. But I'm going to tell you something that happened that was just so amazing. In the morning time, me and Julie was sitting down having coffee. I ran upon a gentleman that I met about a year ago. And I gave him something to eat. And that day, he was feeling down and out and ready to go and do something to himself. And I kind of stopped that chain of event. So as me and Julie was sitting there, lo and behold, who come walking by us? I spotted him a mile away. I said, hey, buddy. Went up to him. He came in by us. He gave me a hug. First word comes out of my mouth. It's normal. Have you ate anything? And he said, no, I'm hungry. I said, let's go over to McDonald's and get you something to eat. So we went over to McDonald's to get something to eat. So he was talking to me. Now I'm going to show you how the Lord blessings works through us to others. He was talking to me. He said, I've been out here, man. I'm down and out. He said, you know what? He said, somebody gave me these boots. He said, my shoes were so raggedy. If you would have saw them, Harrison, I said, I would have bought you a pair. He said, well, somebody gave these to me. I said, well, do you still need gym shoes? He said, no, because I like wearing these boots. So they gave him a coat too. Now it's 90 degrees down there. He's wearing a coat. Coat was small because it came all the way up to here on his ankle, but he still had the coat on, which was great. So we went over there and we got him something to eat. And he said to me, he said, Harrison, I really wish that if I could just come up with a little money to get back home. I said, well, where's home? And he told me where home was. And I was like, wow. I said, well, let me talk to my wife about it. Even though in the midst of talking to my wife, you know, the Lord is listening to me. He knows my heart and he knows what I want to do. And as we were walking back, he said, you performing today? I said, yes, I am. He said, I'll tell you what. He said, I'm going to stick around. He said, and I'm going to watch you perform. I said, be a blessing. So as he was watching me performing, I'm sitting there. And my wife's sitting next to him. He's talking to my wife, and she remembered him. And he's talking to my wife, and he says, can I use your phone? So he uses the phone. He calls his family that's out of state and was talking to them. And he was saying, man, it would be a blessing if I can get home. So the gentleman that's next to us, now listen to this. This is amazing. This guy that's next to us says to my wife, do you know this guy? And my wife said, we met him a year ago. And he said, I hear him talking about trying to get home. I tell you, it brings tears to my eyes and it brings joy in my heart when I'm finna tell y'all what I heard. But see, I know that this was all a divine meeting. Hear me out. This is powerful. He says, do you know him? And my wife said, yes, from a while. He said, well, should I help him? And my wife says to him, no, I don't think you should give him any money. She said, but if you want to help him get home, you should take him to the bus stop. So during that time, he called the bus station. The ticket for him to get home was $185. And the gentleman that was next to us said to him, if you want to go home, I'll take you to the bus station and I'll buy you a ticket. Did you hear that? He said, I'll take you to the bus station and I'll buy you a ticket. And he took him to the bus station and he bought him a ticket. And while he was sitting there, he called me and he said, Harrison, he said, if you get time, can you please come see me before I leave out to go see my family? And I told him, I said, if I had time, I will. But we was on our way to a show. We was going to the Motown review show. So I didn't have time. But you know, the thing of it is what a lot of us don't ever understand is every time walking our life is a divine meeting. If I wouldn't have spotted him and he spotted me, and the guy wouldn't have been sitting down next to my wife watching me entertain, saying what a blessing I was, wouldn't have never gave an opportunity for him to get a ticket home. And he's home. He was a gentleman that was out in Vegas for a long time. And he just never had no way out. No way out. He could not even earn enough to get his way out. So he pretty much just roamed and roamed and roamed and roamed. I tell you, the blessings are poured down. And I don't know if y'all remember the one other gentleman that I gave my Packer hats to. Every year I showed up there and I gave him a Packer hat. Well, we talked to him also. And I asked him, I approached him and I said, how you doing? I said, do you need anything? He said, I don't need nothing. I said, do you need anything from Walgreens? He said, no. I said, how you been doing? He said, I'm doing good. He said, I got a little job. He said, I work painting. And he says, I don't have to come down here all the time anymore. He said, I got a little small job. And I said, you don't need nothing. He said, I don't need nothing. And that was a blessing within itself. A blessing within itself. And the other thing that was so amazing, throughout my trip, I met some new amazing people, just blessed all over in all situations. So on my last day leaving, a gentleman came to us, sat at the table with us, and he said, Harrison, he says, is it possible? I said, possible. I'm not saying you can. And the gentleman, Rob Ministries, said, Harrison, he is a man for Jesus Christ. He has a heart for God. He's not perfect, but man, he can quote that whole Bible to you, the whole scripture. He said, if I had it, I would do it. So I said, well, what do you need me to do? He said, it would be a blessing if I could just get off the streets for at least 3 days, take a bath, take a shower, sleep in a bed, and just enjoy. He said, right now, Harrison, I have a complimentary room here at the D. For 3 nights, I can stay here. I can come down, do worship with Robert. He said, I need $100. I need $100 to put down as a deposit, and they'll give it back to you. And he explained that to me over, and he just kept happening. I said, you don't have to explain that to me. I said, we can do this. We can do this. I said, the same as I am blessed, I want to pass my blessings on to you, brother. I said, if I can get you off the street, and he's the same gentleman that talked about sleeping on the cardboard, that said the cardboard was so big enough he could fold it over and make it into a blanket, and was talking about how comfortable he was sleeping in the cardboard. But I wanted to give him 3 days to remember the blessings that poured through us. Now, also during that time while being down there, I had the opportunity to be able to bless Robert Ministry, because he sits in McDonald's for years, and no one goes to the table and give him nothing. So all the change that was given to me by the grace of God through the tips, I gave it to him. He's going to give coffees to whoever sits at the table. Not only that, the blessing that was given to me out there performing on Fremont Street, normally I would give my share to the church, whatever percentage that's there. And the percentage of what I made, which paid for our hotel, which we stayed at, I gave that percentage to Robert. And I told Robert, I want you to buy a meal for those that come and sit at the table. If it's breakfast, let it be breakfast. If it's dinner, let it be dinner. And he was, when I showed up on the last day, he was telling everyone, hey, no, this is from Harrison. I said, listen, thank him for the blessing. I said, listen, I take no credit here. Give all the blessings to the one and only, Mr. Jesus Christ himself. For I own nothing, so I claim nothing. But I'm going to tell y'all something. I had so much fun down in Vegas. And I'm praying every day that the Lord would open up doors for me in Vegas. When I'm there, I know that that's the place for me to be. But right now, the Lord has me doing things here with Ruby's Pantry at my church, community church. I get to greet so many people and share the gospel with them. That's always the second Thursday. You can come there and you can make a donation of $20. And in that $20, we give you out about $100 of food. And what you're basically doing is you're paying for the food to be stored. And I get to share a little bit of who I am with singing, dancing, whatever, with you all inside of the sanctuary. We normally open up the doors about 4 o'clock. By the time 6 o'clock come, you're out of there. And you only make a donation of $20. And every so often I bless someone who can't be blessed. Or the church will bless someone that can't be blessed. Because we all want to bless one another. But I do tell you this. There's something in the making. The Lord has got something big that's going to happen. When, I just don't know. But I am prepared and I am ready at the drop of a dime. Snap, snap, snap. That's me. But the most thing that I could have accomplished throughout this whole journey was being able to meet the lady who's been walking the strip. She walks the strip for many, many years. She sleeps over in the park. She holds her head down and she looks inside of the garbage cans. And the biggest gift that I was able to do was to be able to approach her every time I saw her. Every time. I said, are you ready for me to buy you something to eat? And she will hold her hand up and say, nope. Every time. It wasn't until I went to the table and said, Robert, how do I get to this lady? How do I reach out to her? How do I do it? And Robert said, Harrison, listen, go get the food. And then you go to her. So, real quick, I saw her. Man, you talking about somebody running like O.J. Simpson? I ran so fast, I Speedy Gonzalez. I'm serious. I literally took off. I was like, oh, there she go. I took off. I'm running to McDonald's. I'm booking. I get there. I'm out of breath. I said, give me 2 McMuffins. Give me some cookies and give me a drink. Then I take off. Now I don't know where she's at. So I'm looking. My eyes are looking. I came up on her and I said, this is my blessing to you. And I gave it to her. And she looked up at me and she said, thank you. And then I walked away. Now, throughout the times that I was there, every time I saw her, I jetted. And on the last day, like I told you, me and my wife got her a gift certificate for $25. And we went to her and we gave it to her. And it's not nothing that someone will want to take from her because it's not money. But it's something that she can put in her pocket that for the next few days, whether it's 3, 4, 5 days, she would be able to go to McDonald's and buy herself a burger, a fry, and maybe even a drink. But I long for the day that I will be able to come down there and see her again. Not only see her, but be able to take her to the next level of blessings. From clothes to being able to have the necessities that a woman should have. I'm so blessed to be blessed. And I just want to give everything that I have to those who are not blessed. I own nothing. But I think if we all can come together and just give a little of what we have, what a difference it'll make in the world. There's no one should be hungry. No one should be unclothed. And I think there's all the small things that we can do to really help one another. I hope everybody enjoyed watching this. I'm downtown Harrison. Blessed to be blessed, even with all my friends here. I love all you folks. I'm telling you, you really can't fathom the heart that I have for those who are looking at this video, those who will watch it later, the love that I really have for you all. I would give you everything that I have to bring joy and love and peace within your heart. And that there, my friend, is the gospel. It really is. It's Jesus Christ who dwells inside of me. He breaks me every time I see those who have fallen, but yet no one's willing to pick them up. You know, we can all point the finger and say, you chose it, you chose it, you chose it. Well, since I chose it and I'm stuck in it, are you willing to help me? See, did you get that point right there? We all make wrong decisions, We all do. But are you willing to bend over just a little bit and help me try to make it out of it? I think that's what it's all about. If we all can just start looking at each other and start helping one another, boy, we can really go far. And so many things, so many people got so much greed in their life, from finances to everything. I mean, it's no need for it. It's no need. No need. And I tell you, there's going to come a time when you're going to have to speak for all the things you've done to move yourself to the top. So I want to go opposite. I want to take those who got nothing and rise them up as I come down. That's what my point is, okay? That's really what it's all about, because that's what Jesus Christ did. Remember? He's the king and the lamb. The lamb is the lowest of the low. See, the Lamb of God. But yet in the end, my friend, the King of all kings. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing. Listen, the King of all kings came down to be the Lamb. Nothing. Sacrifice. And in the end, he will be who he is again. King of all kings. God bless you all. I'm downtown Harrison. I'm back. And who knows? Maybe someday, if it's the Lord's will, this hat here I showed to you, see that? What that says? Hitville, Motown Review, the show. And if it's the Lord's will, maybe he may open the doors for me to be a part of this. Only he knows. And all I can do is wait and keep praying. There's a reason why I went to this show. I'll just leave it at that. If it's God's will, it has to be his will. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. God bless you all. I'm downtown Harrison. I got the talent, but the God, Jesus Christ, has opened the doors. Peace out, y'all. I love y'all. Take care. Bye-bye.